Hi, my dear friends. Hope all of you are staying safe. So, on behalf of AV Career Channel, this is Amareshwar Rao, extending you warm welcome for today's session on how to face and crack the CLAT. And all of you know pretty well, the CLAT is an entrance examinations for entry into prestigious national law universities. We have 22 national law universities where the common law admission test to pursue 5 years course of law, right? And recently, after due postponement, and July 23rd, the CLAT 21 was held. So what is this question patch? And specifically, today, let us look into how to face the current affairs section, how to tackle it, what are the simple tips for that, okay, because 25% of the questions are of current affairs, and not only just current affairs, logical, legal, even English, you will find the passages relating to current affairs. So once you prepare for current affairs, almost all you are preparing for 90% of your CLAT examinations. So very, very important section, my dears. So before getting into this current affairs section, let us quickly look at how the question appears. Because as I said, it's a comprehensive based. A passage will be given. Below the passage you have questions. Each section specifically given. So for the English part, total questions appeared 30 last year, and similar case the 3 years, and you have 6 passages here and here. That clearly shows, so something like 6 into 5, right? You got it, okay? This is the 5 questions. So 30. Then similarly current affairs, you have 35 questions this year, previously 36, but overall passages are the same. That implies as into 5 you got it. Legal, you have 8 passages, 40 questions, previously 39, now 1 extra. So here the minor difference you will find it. Whereas legal, quants, you will have the same passages, but here the difference. This year 6 passages, previously 5. So looking at it is very clear that the passages they are given. Below the passages you will have the questions. So this year they adhere to the principle of the 5. So strictly every passage you have the 5 questions, but it's not the norm all the time. And totally you have 150 questions and 30 passages of this year. When you look at this current affairs section, which carries 25% directly, and you will have the impact both on legal reasoning directly, okay, but then of course you have the logical reasoning. When you look at how many passages you got it, 7 passages. Though the CLAT consortium has not given us the source from where the passages are taken, okay, and we analyzed it, we found out from where it is, and it's not a tough job also, okay, and once teaching for the civil services as well, and this is almost all the approach of the civil services, okay. Once you are aspiring for the IAS, IPS, how you will prepare, the similar way you have to prepare for this CLAT examination, my dears. And the moment you have that orientation, that's it, okay. So from the Hindu newspaper, there is an article appeared on 15th February on India-China disengagement plan. So as it is, they are given. Of course, it's a 2 pages plus article, but they simplified. It had taken around 200-250 words from it. Okay. Then similarly, on 29th January in IDSA site, there appeared an article on India Vaccine Maitri initiative. From that article. And remember, though the source these are looks like the thesis, these the overall the news item appeared in all the newspapers, and articles published, editorials appeared on this issue. So whatever newspaper you are reading, whether the Hindu, the Indian Express, okay, the Times of India, right, is of your choice, but you have to, okay, those are the sacrosanct for you all. Then the third passage on right to faith, this appeared exclusively in an Indian Express. It is an article, okay, as is an article, it appears only in Indian Express media, not elsewhere, okay, a special article, that's on 17th March. Then the World Waters Day and as well as the Ramsar site issue appeared in press information bureaus, that's the government site, the information given. Again, these appeared in all the newspapers. Though it looks like they had taken directly from those things, appeared all. Similarly, the Modi visit to Bangladesh, the specific article, it looks like taken from the Free Press Journal, but appeared again in all the newspapers. And regarding Chabahar port, another issue, the Ministry of External website, as it is, okay, this is a speech of our External Affairs Minister, the Foreign Minister, on this Chabahar Day. So, as it is, they are taken from that speech. So, Minister of External Affairs, they put it in the website, the speech, and it appeared in all the newspapers again, okay, discussed in the electronic media as well. So, all these topics clearly shows that these news items, okay, first thing is they are news items, they are highlighted and most often appeared in the front page itself on the day. Later, it may appear in the form of an article or an editorial and news analysis in any format, my dears. So, easy now. You can understand, yes. Once you have this, how to go ahead. So, few quick part. As I said, this is completely comprehensive, based and focus on the news analysis, articles as well as the opinion columns, and there is what you call a static part of the current affairs. This time they ask you more, okay, a factual questions got the top priority comparatively compared to last year I'm talking about. And the good thing is that analysis is limited, but they tested your common sense, okay, minimum application of your mind or your thinking is sufficient, my dears. Whether you are properly observing the question pattern or not, that is attested here and there. Around 20% of the questions are like this, and I am sure that whether you are aware of the answer or not, immaterial. Looking at the choices, yes, you can. Okay, that's the beauty of this paper. This is what, for me, it appears the CLAT paper is completely student friendly, provided, okay, you are a serious student. Serious student means you are very much interested into this and you have put into your efforts from the day one, and your thinking is not the question of what you are thinking, how you are thinking. Your thinking line in tune with your profession is going on, and I am sure that yes, you can easily tackle this current affairs question. And last year, few direct questions from the passages they asked, but this time there is no direct questions or no fill in the blanks as well. Okay. Then questions completely on, because I just told you from the article or a news item, there it is, only some portion of it was taken, the remaining they left out. And most of the questions from those left out parts of the article or the things. And additionally, some add-on information, the additional information whatever is required and the questions are on that. So my dears, the overall, the paper for some it's very, very easy, whereas from others it is a moderate to difficult part, because it's all depend upon what we call as how you prepared, how much time you spent every day. Okay, perhaps you prepared for last 1 year or 2 years for this part, how much you practiced, how much you revised. All these questions naturally counts, my dears. So knowing this, let us quickly look into the question paper first, okay, then later come with the other issues. Yeah, so this is the question paper, my dears. This passage 1, it's talking about India, China related issue. You know pretty well in 2020 there is a war-like scenario. Finally, everything is calmed down and there is an agreement again India and China, wherein there is a withdrawal of the forces. So relating to all this is the information. So I am requesting you to download this paper from the CLAT website, the class consortium the website, or from anywhere else, so that it's very easy for you. So this passage, once it is, and if you are habituated, I mean to read regular newspapers, and I am sure that you know this one, and your eye reading is enough, glancing, that's what we call. There is no need for you to spend too much of time on this. Glancing is enough. That means almost a page, it looks like on your printed format. Within 1 minute to 2 minutes, you can have the glance about it. If you have the prior knowledge, that's only the beauty of it. And as it is appeared in Hindu, 15th February. And there are no direct questions on this. So let's have the quick questions. They said, the violent clashes between India and Chinese army, which resulted in the death of around 20 Indian soldiers and an unknown number of Chinese soldiers, occurred on. So a factual question. Date you have to remember. And if you read this article, okay, which appears in already, then presently whatever be the passage given, it is not there. Where it is the source article. For example, this is the source article. In the Hindu, it appeared in the explained column, the disengagement plan between India and China along the LAC, that is line of actual control, right? So this all yellow part, so which was saying appeared in the question paper. White part not appeared, and this also removed. Here, okay, you can understand this one. Now, back to this is one factual question. Of course, answer is June 15th. I'll back to for the explanation. Then second question, where did the violent clashes? Where the question posed? So where this happened? The area they are asking. So here, of course, the answer is the Galwan Valley. Then the violent incident leading death of soldiers took place at Datrol Point 13, 14, 15, 16. Indeed a tough question, okay? But still, if you are habituated for reading newspaper and taking note, I am sure that you can answer that one. Okay, this is of course Datrol Point 14. Then the length of line of actual control and India-China border, how much it is? This is 3488 kilometers. Then which of the following was resolved by way of agreement? So the 4 choices given and all of these, and it likes all of these answers. Now everything is there in the source article. Everything, all the 5 questions answered are there in the source article, but nothing is there in the passage that is given to you in the examination. So, if you read the source article, then you will get it. For example, they ask you the length of the border, right? So, here that is areas along the LAC. So, this 3488 kilometers omitted. So, that omitted part now they ask you. Very in the first passage of things. Where? The Galwan Valley. So, 2 questions answered at one stroke. Isn't it? So, they omitted this and the part is done. So, then for remaining questions, if you look at, okay, the article it is, up to here this is given and this, all the white part is not appeared in the part. Again, in between, they have taken this, okay. So, one passage, then subheading, they omit it, then again the remaining part they make. Then exactly below this, you will find this during this whole process, June 15th. So, the date also you got it, okay, date also. Then the patrolling point 14, Galwan Valley. That means again in a single sentence, you got the 3 questions you answered, my dears. 3 questions get answered. Okay. So, what is important is while reading an article, an editorial, you need to have the pen or the pencil with you. Underline it. If you are reading from the soft copy, you have to highlight those things, isn't it? Whatever way you like, but you have to. You need to do that note making exercise and revise it. Having glanced number of times, not 1-2 times, my dears. Let be 100 times, 1000 times, doesn't matter. A random glancing, so that without you memorizing, you can simply recollect whenever you want it. Then is the time of examination. That's so simple, my dears. Okay. And similarly, last question they asked, what is the plan related? Again, this was very much here. Okay. After this course, they announced this disengagement agreement. Of course, that was specifically not mentioned. And they said, yes, Chinese side will move back. Similarly, Indian troops will move to this base. So, same thing it is there. Okay, one choice. Another choice, both sides, that it is north and south bank area will be removed. This is also as it is. Then moratorium on patrolling. See this, these are the 3 choices. Chinese side will move back its troops to east of the finger 8 and Indian side will move its troops to its permanent base near finger 3. The same thing. Both sides shall demolish. They use the word remove, here they use the word demolish. Nothing else. Moratorium, but it is all the above. That's it. Okay. The moment you read that article, and very important issue. And of course, the Hindu and every newspaper is carried my way. And in your class, also we discussed. So while discussing, okay, this part, what we used to do is we used to explain you in detail. In addition to what is LAC, line of actual control, add-on information these are. Then immediately says LOC, line of control. What's the difference? This is related to China, this is relating to Pakistan, you need to be aware of it. Then the borderline names, de jure, de facto. De jure means as per law, de facto in reality. In reality, we are calling this LAC, LOC. As per the law, we have the McMahon line and Radcliffe line. McMahon line is between India and China, and Radcliffe line between India and Pakistan. So Pakistan, once in 1948, the war related, and some part of the Kashmir they got occupied. So is an LOC right now. So the disputed, the border dispute is still continuing. Same thing regarding China. Border dispute is continuing. 1962 war, China occupied the Aksa Chin as well as the some part of the Arunachal Pradesh area. Okay, so you have this LAC right now. So the border dispute is there. So you need to be aware of those things. And one more, generally they'll ask it, Chinese called Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet. Come what may they want it. Even that information you know. And you may be aware of the Doklam standoff. Then this is the Galwan clashes. So one of our Okay, uh, the brave colonel sacrificed his life. There is a Santosh Kumar name we need to be. Then to go further, India-China relations, 1954. So our bond is very strong. So Panchashil, the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence, advisable if you are aware of those things. Then something related to Tibet issue and J&K, because now Ladakh all this issue happened. They are not using the word Jammu and Kashmir. Before they used to call Jammu and Kashmir. Why? So Jammu and Kashmir get bifurcated into Jammu and Kashmir, 2 union territories now. So that information you need to have. Then when the class is there, what we will do is, for your sake is concerned, so we used to show you, yes, this is the map where all the things happen, right? This is all Galwan, Nala Junction. This is the DPO side, Hot Spring, Pongsos Lake, so that you will aware of, you will have the clear clarity on this. Similarly, the specific incidents when you are talking about, yes, this red start where the Chinese are there and Indians are here, then this is the Pangso Lake, all these issues. Okay, so you will have an idea. Once you are reading the newspaper, advisable to look into those things. Okay, this is of course very clear where the Chinese troops are there, Indian troops at that point of time. Chinese feel that their territory is up to here. We are feeling ours is here. So is the mid almost all. So here all the clashes and everything happens, my dears. So once you have the glance at the images, is wonderful. And similarly, we also discussed with them in the class about this flash point in Ladakh area, patrolling point number 14, 15, 17, finger 4 and all those things. So you will have an idea also. So all these things happen. Okay. So you will have an idea. So once this image is with you, answering that becomes easy. That means while the reading yourself, you have to take care about the other related relevant issues, link up issues. Okay, that is my point, my place. So once you take up this, that's it. You can. Even to extend further, you may simply say that yes, overall there is disputes of India and China, territorial disputes. What are those places? So here Raksachin area it is, and here is Arunachal Pradesh. So entire map. So once you have the clear-cut map, yes, from here to here, what is the length of it, what this border is called, when it was drawn. So once you have this clarity at one point of time and make note of it, and I am sure finally these questions will appear in all the competitive examination, including your CLAT, civil services, bank examination, blah blah blah, whatever the competitive you are preparing like this. Okay, so this should be your holistic approach. So once you have that approach, and I am sure that comfortably you can tackle it. No need to worry about it. Whoever prepared in this mode, yes, they feel all the questions they answer. Easy for them. Even some said super easy. Okay, not just easy, but for others, sir, what is this facts? How can we remember all these things? My dear, it's all depend upon you. Just now I said what you're thinking is immaterial, how you are thinking that matters one thing. How your preparation that matters. Isn't it? And fortunately, our syllabus is what? This newspapers. Okay, current affairs including GK. That means relating only, they are not asking, not elsewhere. And whatever the important, highlighted, the front page news issues only appearing, then what else you required, my dears? Okay, anyhow, the faculty fraternity is always be with you, and we try to guide you in all this part. Okay. Then back to some other passages, okay? Like this, all the passages also will be given, and the sources which will be there. But here I wish to make you few questions how they appeared. For example, here in the passage 2, ask if the Minister of Health and Family Welfare is. Of course, the answers they given here is A. Here one fact you have to keep in mind is, at the time of examination, okay, that always counts, my dears, what it is. So when said minister, this examination is supposed to be held in the month of May. Now it happened in December. And if you take that into consideration, some may put this Harshavardhan at the time. And in the month of July, you have the cabinet reshuffle. So because of that reshuffle, you have the new minister, and Mansukh Mandavia became the minister. Because now this pandemic scenario, the health issues, Kushmach, always health minister is to address to the people. So there is no need for special efforts for you to remember the name. Only thing is, yes, you are touched with the news, either listening to or reading it. Okay, isn't it? And now the question paper was prepared, keeping it in mind May examination, but happened in July. In between, changes occurred. So what should be the answer? My dears, in the competitive examination, the standard, okay, again I'm repeating, the standard directions, instructions, okay, what we call as standing instructions. Accordingly, it is in favor of the student. At the time of your examinations, whoever be, okay, whatever be the current issue, that will be taken into consideration, not the previous. If the no choice is, for example, Mandava name is not there, then it's all right. But otherwise, that will be taken to consideration, not the answer at the time of preparation. So there are standing instructions, and we need to adhere, just be aware of that instructions. Okay? Then of course, like this, we have all the questions, what it is, and amount, and this was omitted in the passage, and in the main article it is there like elsewhere, right? For example, there's the passage, India's vaccine Maitri. These are all talking about, okay, yellow part appeared. Now below it is SARC fund to combat this is established with India contributing 10 million. And again, so this omitted part, you are getting the question. So be ready with that to face it. Okay. Then the following countries were first to receive the supplies. Again, this also appeared in the news item. Okay, so after this, okay, this part, second part is over. Then once the news items is going on, so specifically they mentioned this vaccine, okay, vaccine Maitri. Then Bhutan and Maldives became the first two countries. Okay, so if you read these articles, you will have an information. So most of them will be like this, my dears. Then the vaccine Maitri, there is a program name, though the question looks like 3 lines, nothing, your glancing is enough. Okay, then another, here the different question, the Covaxin, India's indigenous COVID-19 vaccine developed by, is not there, neither in the passage nor in the source article. So this again testing your knowledge, because the first indigenous, I am sure that is the minimum prudence, otherwise it demands that we should be aware of certain things. India, we are proud of it, isn't it? So once it made the manufacture, so the government supported this. The moment you understand, yes, government backing of this Bharat Biotech, then you will not go for C, definitely you will go for Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, in partnership with Bharat Biotech. Okay? So that's sort of the things here and there tested. And this is the third passage, so where I was to make it up. And remembered, my dears, it's an exclusive passage given in an express, no doubt, but keeping the current issues. Okay? Regarding religion, regarding the faith in God. So you can have a faith, whatever religion you like, you can, but you cannot hate others. On this issue, there should not be any issue. So keeping that in mind, okay, they made this entirely with what FOR, the Faith for Rights. A special article appeared and Indian Express, and from this the source was taken. And not even a single question is from either in the passage or from the source article or additional information that is. There are few certain things appeared, and from those appeared words, new site abbreviations, there is the question. Okay, that's it. So main related, for example, Human Rights Declaration 1. So every year we celebrate Human Rights Day, December 10th. So once you are aware, enough. But which year? 45 or 48? Even if you are not aware of this. Just 45 means United Nations is how much. So UN, Human Rights Council is later. So once you are aware of that one, enough, you can take it December 10, 1948. So like this, you need to correlate certain things, and all these 5 questions are like this only. Human Rights Council is an intergovernmental, the United Nations itself is an intergovernmental body. So naturally, its related organizations, agencies and everything are the same structure. So you have to apply your common sense there more rather than knowing of everything. Then of course, there is one more question in these objectives of the faith for rights. Neither appear directly in the source article nor in the passage. But my dears, this sort of the question easily you can answer if you apply your common sense again, your observations again. So you don't know here this set, for example, I wanted to make it very clear. Question is not one of the common commitment. Which of the following is not one of the commitment? So before they said, faith for rights is to provide space for a cross-disciplinary reflection and action on the deep and mutually enriching connections between religion and human rights. Very clearly they said, very positive connotation. Now said, which of the following is not? So make note of this one not. Very, very important. So 3 are right, 1 is wrong, isn't it? So first one, he said, to prevent the use of the notion of the state religion to discriminate against any individual or group, to revisit religions, to refine the curriculum, to promote religious dharma. The moment you look at, you are least bothered of 3 right or wrong, and I am sure that this one is the wrong, my dears. How I can say this one is the wrong? I can say yes, this is the wrong because of this word dogmatism. The moment you look at, dogmatism carries entirely a negative meaning, isn't it? You believe certain things, you feel that that's only right. Okay? So, Telugulo untundi, nenu pattina kundeliku moode kaallu. It's something look like this. Whatever you believe, you feel that that's only right. You will refuse to look into the other side. So, that is nothing but the dogmatism. You don't require in the law, we require evidence for everything. Here these people will not, I don't want evidence, that's it. So that sort of mindset people. They don't want to promote this. Right? So here if you apply just a common sense, forget about these are things, this is not, and no none of the above or all the above here, easily you can answer like this. This is how you have to make it. Okay? Got it? The questions are sometimes like this. How you are making that matters. Okay? So like this, okay, all the passages, so I requesting you as the CLAT consortium, okay, made it very clearly, okay, or given the answers also on this, what should be the right answer, and consortium said for tackling current affairs, the source is what? The newspaper. So that implies that when, yeah, just a minute. The news item and all the questions appeared, the newspaper is your sacred book. the lesson that we can learn from this, right? The newspaper is only your sacred book, nothing else, my dear. It may be your Bible, your Quran, okay, your Bhagavad Gita, everything. Okay, and what to be need not be from first page to end page, okay, A to Z. Focus on editorials, the other opinion columns of like articles, analysis, etc. That's it. Every day, definitely, any newspaper you will find 2 editorials, and one is relevant to us, just have a glance at this. One news item, hardly to take you to read both around an hour, so spend an hour. That itself is very great, my dears. And while doing so, don't just read like a novel, okay, or your casual textbook, don't try to by heart this. So take note of it, all the keywords, even you need to be aware of the meaning of words, your vocabulary, right? You need to improve those things. Then what are the facts, make note, and overall essence of the central idea, the theme of it. Okay, in every, the fortunate for you is in every editorial, right, they will give you on the top of it. Okay, the Hindu or Indian Express or any articles, one line will be there. Then you got the clue. Oh, this is a central idea, and that's very much useful for your logical reasoning part, for your English comprehension part. So that's how they will be helpful for you. Then whatever be there, this add-on, additional information, that too relevant. Okay, try to find out where. If you are self-preparing on your own, Google Mata Jindabad. Click certain things, then you will get information. Click certain Chabuhar report, what you will get the complete details, right? So National Human Rights Commission, you will get the complete details. Like whatever once it will given, see that you will get this. And most important thing is, you have to, whatever you are reading, writing is one aspect, you have to revise. Revise as many times as possible. It may be 1,000 times, my dears, don't bother. But not like your academic reading. It's a random, okay? Random reading your notes, so that your eyes are scanning here. So always focus on your glancing, that you are random glancing. So number of times, so that automatically it is stored, and whenever you want it, you are able to recollect. If I ask you, you may not say it, but in the examination, once you see these 4 choices, and I am sure that you can do it. And finally, my dears, you can discuss with your friends, with your teachers, certain issues, so that will be there. Then similarly, your friends especially who are preparing into the examinations, try to tell them something, try to teach them whatever knowledge that you acquired. That's the best way. Then your knowledge, your thinking, everything get consolidated. You will get a wonderful add-on advantages in that case. Okay? So that's all how you have to prepare for it, and I am sure that, okay, you get benefit out of it. So any doubts, clarifications in future, yes, you are at liberty to obey this part, okay? The number. Then similarly request you to watch and subscribe our YouTube channel, AV Career channel. So now and then we will post it, and later regularly too. Okay, and that's it. So hope you got it. You will benefit out of it, and definitely you will have an extra edge over the other students. So all the best for your future preparation for the CLAT aspirants of 22 and 23. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.